Hello, my name is Dov Ben-Shimon, and I'm the CEO of our Jewish Federation of Greater MetroWest in New Jersey. If you live in Essex, Union, Morris, Sussex, or East Somerset County, we're your Jewish Federation. Why am I here? Because I want to talk about this week's Torah portion, Tetzaveh. Tetzaveh, I think, is one of the most interesting sections in the Torah, not just for what's in it, but also for what it excludes. Tetzaveh isn't the first word in this week's portion, it's the second. The first word is ve'ata, and you. And 3 times, God directly calls Moshe ata, instead of using his actual name. Tedaber, speak. Hakrev, come close. Tetzaveh, command. Each time, God says ata, you do this, you do that. But he doesn't use Moshe's actual name. What's unique, therefore, about this portion is that it's the only Torah portion from the beginning of Exodus through to the first-person narratives of Deuteronomy that doesn't mention Moshe's name. There's a commentary that says that the reason that Moshe's name is absent was the golden calf episode. The Jews have sinned. Moshe says to God, if you don't forgive them, erase me from the book that you have written. And that, says the commentary, is why you don't see Moshe's name now. I'd like to share a different view. First, I'm not sure that one parasha is a full erasing of a name. It feels more symbolic than punitive. And second, the golden calf episode happens after this portion, so the timeline doesn't match up for me. My friend and teacher Bob Lichtman, our Federation's Chief Jewish Learning Officer, reminds me, however, that there is no before and after in Torah. Sometimes the order's changed a bit for whatever reason, sometimes to make a point sharper. In his words, it's a Sefer Torah, not a Sefer Historia. It's a book of teaching, not a book of history, which sounds way cooler in Hebrew, but you get the point. So, here's what did happen chronologically, just before this week's portion. A couple of weeks ago, we read the story of Yitro, Moshe's father-in-law. Yitro says to Moshe, listen, you can't do this job alone. What you are doing, he says, is not good. Leadership requires delegation. Your time is precious. You can't achieve these things acting on your own. Think of the Pirkei Avot phrase that so many of us learned as a song in summer camps and youth movements, Lo alecha hamlecha ligmor. It's not your job to complete the task. That doesn't mean you shouldn't start it. The second phrase of Tarfon's phrase is, V'lo ata ben choren lehibatel mimena. Neither are you free to not start it. Sorry for the double negative. What does that mean? It means that you have to take leadership, but leadership isn't just about you. You have to start the task, even if you won't finish it, because the job is bigger than you. It's bigger than your name alone. And that's why we build community. It's not just about Moshe. It's about ata, at, you, anachnu, us. Why do we plant seeds when we know we might not see their fruit? Because we're in a chain that sustains us from and for generations. Tetzaveh is an awe-inspiring lesson in humility and leadership. It teaches us that community obligations have real meaning and consequence, and it reminds us of who and where we are in that community. It is ata, it is at, it is anachnu, all of us. Shabbat shalom.